say that.
Trivet or Manatee?
I'm sorry, I always call you Denise.
All right, let's put
Sorry.
some more.
Probably me too. My case for, Eileen Ashman at 5972 West Fourth. She's not contesting, but I'm asking for
Okay.
150 days.
Okay, gotcha.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll figure out the rest from there.
Is the county ready? Okay, great. Good morning, everyone. The time is 9:01. I hereby call this Citrus County Building Division Compliance Hearing to order. For these hearings, we have an agenda that we usually follow, and so the first item on the agenda is the call to order. The second item is the pledge to the flag, so I'd like to ask for you to join me as you are able. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
If any person decides to appeal any decision made by the Building Code Compliance Special Master with respect to any matter considered at this public hearing, he or she will need to ensure that a verbatim record of the proceedings is made, which record shall include the testimony and evidence upon which appeal is to be based.
All right, thank you. The next item on the agenda is approving the minutes from Friday, September 26, 2025. I have just one revision at the very end. It says Citrus County Code Compliance Hearing is Building Division Compliance Hearing. So besides that modification, are there any other modifications proposed? All right, hearing none, I'll approve and sign the minutes. Is there a staff update?
Nothing to update, no, sir.
Okay. So I apologize to those of you who've heard this speech a million times, but I want to tell you, for those of you who are here for the first time, a little bit about how I operate and what to expect at this hearing. My name is Christian Waugh, and I'm a licensed Florida attorney acting as what is called a special master. That's a fancy title created by law, but what it means is that Citrus County has hired me to preside over your hearing. What I'm going to tell you during this opening statement applies to all of your hearings, so I'd appreciate it if you'd pay attention. When your case is called, please come forward. You will be placed under oath. If you are appearing at a hearing like this for the first time, the county will call its case, and I will allow the county to present its case. You will have an opportunity to cross-examine any of the county's witnesses, and then you will have an opportunity to present your case regarding the violation. That will be your opportunity to present evidence and make legal argument. It is important that you take your time during this process because it is likely going to be your only chance to make your case to me. I will also ask whether or not you are contesting the violation. If you do not contest the violation, I'll assume that a factual basis for the violation exists and just ask you how much time you need to fix the violation and to work with the county. This will help save time for yourself and others. You are by no means required to do this. If you oppose the case or simply want to be heard, you have that right. At any time during the hearing, I may have questions of parties, witnesses, or staff. Before issuing a ruling, I will ask if there are any members of the public who wish to speak. If there are, such members of the public will have one opportunity to speak per case. Such right to speak is not unlimited, and public comment should be focused on the case and made as succinctly as possible. Although persons may be upset or even passionate about what they have to say, all witness testimony must remain civil, and you should not interrupt other witnesses, parties, or attorneys. In most instances, if you are found guilty of a violation, the law requires that you be given a time to comply before a fine begins. You must abate the violation by the date, that is, fix the violation, or the fine will accrue for each day that you remain in violation. The law allows Citrus County to impose an accrued fine as a lien on your property. The county has the right to foreclose on that lien or to seek a money judgment against you after the lien has been recorded for 3 months. I encourage anyone here who has questions about their rights or remedies to seek their own legal counsel. In all cases in which I find that a violation has occurred, I will impose all costs required by county law. I incorporate these into all of my orders as standard provisions. If you bring the property back into compliance with whatever the building issue is, during the time that I allow, the cost will remain minimal. But if you do not timely fix this violation, you'll be responsible for additional costs as well as the cost of the lien imposed. Let's see. All right, you do have the right to appeal any order that I make today, as may be provided by law. Thanks for your attention.
First case, Your Honor, is Ms. Colleen Ashmore, case number 2024-01592. Licensed Compliance Officer Kim Slater, experts on the case, Building Official Sam Acosta, and Jeremy Lentz.
Is this a resolved case?
Yes, sir.
Oh, no. So usually, I don't know, are there resolved cases or are there,
Yes, there are some resolved cases.
if possible, I'd like to take the resolved cases first, just so that their case, we can get it through, get them out of here and move on to the others.
I apologize, I thought it was.
Okay.
I thought they had agreed to,
Yeah.
to the fine and the
Yeah.
time to correct.
All right, moving along then. Carrie Cunningham, case number 2025-01624. Licensed Compliance Officer Timothy Williams. Expert on the case is Mr. Samuel, Building Official Samuel Acosta. Ms. Cunningham, if you'll step up.
If you wish.
Okay. You guys would raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You would state your name for the record.
My name is Zachary Schmidt.
Karen Cunningham.
Do you all have a resolution?
Yes.
Okay. What are the terms of the resolution?
Fine of $250 a day and 30 days to get a permit.
I heard 60, 30, so which?
30 days to get a permit.
So the terms of the resolution are they have 30 days to obtain a permit,
Issued.
and if they don't get the permit within 30 days, then it would be a fine of $250 a day.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What kind of structure are we talking about, or unpermitted thing?
It was a renovation of a single-family home without permits.
Okay. Well, I mean, that sounds simple enough to me. Are you going to be able to get a permit in 30 days?
We believe so.
Okay. Are these the terms of the resolution? Like, did you hear it accurately?
We did.
Okay, then I will find that there, well, let me ask this. Are there members of the public who want to be heard on this case? I have to do that. I don't see anybody. All right. I'll accept the terms of your resolution. If a permit's not pulled within, effectively pulled within 30 days for this, then there'll be a $250 a day fine each day that you haven't pulled the permit.
Understood.
Okay? Thank you all.
Thank you.
Next case, Your Honor, Peter, and I apologize, Veriglio. Case number 2025-01784. Licensed Compliance Officer Timothy Williams. Expert on the case is Mr. Samuel Acosta. This is also,
Oh, it's, okay, thank you. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
You would raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What are the terms of this resolution?
This is also $250 a day and 30 days to get a permit.
Okay. Mr. Gariglia, are those the terms that you've agreed to?
I would ask for a little bit more time on that, and I have been working to get a resolution from the start of this. The problem is engineering is required, of course, for a permit, and I've gone.
What is it? What is the unpermitted thing?
No, he took that down.
Well, there's actually 4 structures involved. There's an above-ground swimming pool,
Take that down.
which is coming down. And there is a carport, which is also coming down.
So you don't need permits for those. They just
Correct.
come down.
Correct, yes, sir. And there is a shed that's been on my property for 15 years, so I'm trying to get, the company who built the shed is no longer in business. So I found Blue Water Drafting, matter of fact, a couple days ago, finally agreed to do this. So they have explained to me this is not gonna happen overnight, that I need some time for this, but I'm willing to get the permit for that, no problem.
Okay, so that's the third one.
Correct. And the remaining structure is a screen patio that has also been up for 10-plus years too as well. So there's 2 structures involved that I need to get permits for. The other 2 will be coming down.
Okay.
But I'd ask for as much time as possible for this, because engineering's behind, and I've honestly.
I agree. I don't think 30 days is enough. I think you're going to get fined under this arrangement. But I mean, look, the reality is, I'll tell you this, if we went through the case, I wouldn't give 30 days for this, based on the engineering. Is engineering, in your opinion, not required?
Yes, it is.
It is required? I've heard of backlogs. What do you guys know about what's happening with the engineering situation?
Has Blue Water Drafting given you any time frame that they think they can get it done in?
They told me with everything that's going on, they said if I could get 90 days, that would be good. It's gonna cost several $1,000s, so I'm also trying to get the money, but they are willing to at least agree to take the case and do it for
When are
me
you taking down the other 2 things?
as soon as I possibly can. The pool should not be a problem taking it down in a reasonable period of time. The carport is not something that I can personally just take down. I'm gonna have to hire a professional to come out and do that.
Can you get the pool down in 30 days?
Yes, I believe I can do that.
Okay. I don't want to set anyone up for failure. That's part of what I view as, the position, unless there's like a real danger to somebody or the public or something. These seem like minor. The 2 things that are actually going to be permitted don't seem like they would be, on first glance, an immediate public health safety risk, although I understand the presumption with the building code. Well, then what I'm inclined to do, you're not contesting there's a violation, right?
As
Throwing
far-
yourself on the mercy of the special master. Okay.
Yes, the structures are there. I'm very confused on the regulations, honestly.
Okay. Here's what I'll do. I will first, is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on this case? Second, just as a reminder, if there are any other resolutions, it really needs to be resolved. All other future resolutions I'll reject unless it's completely agreed to. On this one, what I'll do is I'll find that a violation exists. I'll require that the pool comes down in 30 days, but otherwise grant 75 days to get the rest permitted that remains. All right? Okay, thank you.
All right. Is there any way to get a copy of that? So
There will be a written order that gets issued.
Okay, and how do I obtain that?
You'll get it. That's what I'll
Okay,
say.
I just wanted to
That's
know.
for outside the hearing, this is resolved, but we'll make sure that you get a copy of the written order.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Okay, the next case number is.
By the way, excuse me, ma'am, sorry. So part of the benefit of the resolution is twofold. It's not just that you get to get the heck out of here and hopefully before lunch. The other benefit is I may go up on the fines. I may give less time than they agree. That is a rare example where I'm going to give more time, but there's always a risk, right, if you just come to me and then you don't have a resolution. So just putting it out there. All right. Go ahead.
The next case number is 2025-01096. Jeremy or Desiree Lewis. Officer is David Euler, and the expert witness is Samuel Acosta.
Good morning.
Your Honor, we do have a resolution in this one.
Okay, great. What are the terms?
Do we need to be sworn in first?
Go ahead. Yeah, sure.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. We've agreed to 90 days and $50 a day after that.
Sir, what's your name?
Jeremy?
All right, so you're Mr. Jeremy Lewis?
Yes, sir.
All right, did that sound like the terms that you've agreed to?
Yes.
All right. Is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on this case? I don't see anyone. What is the structure? What's the issue?
It's an accessory structure that was installed before a house was there. He's in the process of getting a house put on there, so that permit should be closed, and he can then get a permit for his accessory structure. He's submitted engineer drawings. He's done everything he needs to do. He submitted for a permit last week, so
Okay.
hopefully it'll be quick.
Okay, great. Then what I'll do is I'll grant 90 days to bring the property into compliance on this one, which I guess would be by pulling the permit,
Yes, sir.
okay? And if it's not brought into compliance within those 90 days, there'll be a $50 a day fine. All right, have a good day.
All right, thank you. Thanks, David.
Yes, sir.
All right, the next case number is 2025-01198 for James D. Meffert. Officers David Euler. The expert will be Samuel Acosta.
Unless it's a resolved case.
It's resolved.
Okay. I'll let you be sworn in, sir.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
And what is your name, sir?
James Meffert.
Okay, welcome. Go ahead.
So, Your Honor, we've agreed to 60 days and a $50 fine afterwards.
Can you tell me a little bit about what happened here?
It was a concrete cap that was poured over a seawall without a permit. This case and the next one after, it's going to be related because it's neighbors.
I gotcha. I feel like I've seen this property before.
You have.
Yes, okay. I do remember it. All right, sir, does that sound like the terms that you've agreed to?
It does, but just would like to get clarity on exactly what is required.
I would too. Go ahead. I mean, what is
Frustrating.
required to bring the property into
So
compliance?
they've submitted for a permit. That's in the process. They submitted 2 weeks ago for a permit. The question in place was the work's already done, so there needs to be an engineer to sign off, a private provider to sign off on the inspections.
Okay.
Is it reasonable to expect that can be done, as backed up as they are?
I think it is. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's private providers out there who are happy to take your money.
Well, I've found that out.
I mean, well, I don't mean to be flip about it. I just mean that, you know, at least I'm a city attorney for some cities, and we deal with them a lot. I mean, they're out there, so I don't.
Okay, all right.
I feel like it. I mean, I don't. When I hear the terms of the resolution,
Because you know,
I don't
we had
think
paid
you're
the-
being set up for failure.
Right, we had paid the contractor to do it, and it was between the contractor and the department, and we've been trying to get it done, but nobody will give us an answer and give us clarity on what needs to be provided.
Sometimes what happens is people make good faith efforts and can't get it done within the time allowed. They come back to the county, and maybe they ask me for an extension, or maybe they don't. You know, as long as they see progress. I'm not promising anything, but I'm just saying.
Right.
If there is some kind of thing that's outside the control and good faith efforts can be shown, you know, you could always file a motion to extend the time to comply. But I think the terms of the resolution are acceptable.
I do too, yeah.
Resolution. All right. Then, did I already ask for the public? Anyone from the public who wants to be heard? Okay, I'll accept the terms. I will grant 60 days to bring the property into compliance. Of course, I mean, just stay in touch regarding if there's any questions
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
And if it's not brought into compliance, a $50 a day fine. Thank you.
All right.
Next case.
Okay, the next case is 2025-01349 for Michael Holland. The officer is David Euler, expert witness Samuel Acosta. And I'll swear you in. If you'd raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Good morning.
Morning.
Can you please state your name for the record?
Michael Holland.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
We have a resolution to this one also, 60 days and $50 a day afterwards.
Same thing. Is this a neighboring property? Okay.
Yes.
All right, and are those the terms that you've agreed to?
Yes, but I also want to get clarity. So my property is waiting for the same thing that the other property is waiting for? Is it something
They're just
different?
waiting for a document.
A document? What document?
I couldn't tell you right now off the top of my head, but they've also submitted for a permit. It's in the process. They submitted 2 weeks ago for a permit, 3 weeks ago for 2 weeks ago, sorry, for a permit. So
They've applied for the permit.
yes, sir.
And you're saying that the county's waiting for a document
There was some-
before issuing the permit?
Yes, sir.
And that's all the county's waiting for?
Yes, sir. As of this morning when I looked at the permit,
I wonder what kind of document that could be.
That's what I
it
wondered.
could be a signature or something, an engineer's signature. I didn't delve in it to find out what it was.
Would you say that they're further ahead than the prior case?
I'd say they're about the same. I mean, if his gets done, it could be done. If he gets the document in, it could be done this afternoon.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
sir.
I didn't get that impression on the prior case, though.
I apologize. Yes, sir. It would be done faster.
Okay. Are there members of the public who want to be heard on this case? I see, Mr. Meffy, you're standing. Okay, well, so are all our great YouTube viewers. Is there anyone else in the public who does want to be heard? Well, look, sir, I can't really tell you. I don't know what the document is. It sounds like they're saying it can be done even faster than the prior case.
Right.
So I'm relying on that when issuing the resolution. And if it's wrong, someone should let me know.
Okay.
All right, so I'll adopt the terms of the resolution. I'll grant you 60 days to bring the property into compliance, and if it's not brought into compliance as ordered, $50 a day. Just so everyone knows, that is the lowest fine the county ever recommends, would be assessed.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mike.
Y'all have made enormous progress on resolutions. You've made Ms. Antrim's job easy. Do you have any others?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Next one is Becky Odom, case number 2025-01305. Licensed Compliance Officer Timothy Williams. Building official Sam Acosta is the expert. It is on page 12 of your agenda.
Okay, just one moment. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
Can you put your name on the record, please?
My name is Becky Odom, O-D-U-M.
Okay, thank you. What are the terms of the resolution?
$250 a day and 60 days to get a permit.
Can you tell me what's going on here?
It's an installation of a mobile home without a permit.
Okay, so just give me a little bit more color. So there's a mobile home that's been put on a property and hooked up to things
Correct.
without a permit?
Is it hooked up?
It's not hooked up.
It
Okay.
was placed on the land.
So what has to be done to bring everything into compliance?
They will need a mobile home installer for the permit. Homeowners cannot do that.
And?
And 2 inspections, I believe.
So these are all conditions of actually receiving the permit, that there has to be like a licensed installer
Correct,
and 2 inspections where it passes everything that you all are looking at.
correct.
Okay.
They'll need a site plan as well.
Site plan also.
They'll need a site plan.
Okay, a site plan. Ma'am, do these sound like the terms that you've agreed to?
Your Honor, I asked for 6 months. I don't know. Right now, there's squatters at the property. And when I bought the mobile home, I bought it from somebody like 2 hours away, and I paid the installer. And he was supposed to get the permit and then bring the mobile home
All right,
down.
well, ma'am, I'm just going to stop you. It sounds like there isn't a resolution. She wants 6 months. You've agreed to 60 days, so I'll just kick y'all back and we'll take you up at the end.
Okay.
All right, thank you. I just want to hear what you have to say. It's not resolved.
Yes, sir.
Next case, Your Honor, is TriDev Food LLC. Case number 2025-01889. Licensed Compliance Officer Timothy Williams for the county. Building official Sam Acosta is the expert witness. It's on page 17 of your agenda.
Okay.
This one should be resolved also.
Okay. We shall see. Can we please swear in the witness?
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you, sir. And what is your name?
Dhruval Patel.
Okay. And are you an owner of TriDev Food LLC?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. What are the terms of the resolution?
30 days to get a permit and $250 a day after.
All right, sir, do those sound like the terms that you've agreed to?
Yes, that's what we're thinking first, but can we ask for 60 days if possible?
All right, we'll kick it back. There's no resolution. Thank you. All right, so let's go through the cases.
I have one more
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
that should be resolved.
Okay. Okay, so again, if there's even, the reason why is if you start asking for different times, that means we have to go through the whole case, so that's fine. Find out how bad it is.
Thomas Peters, case number 2025-01678. Licensed Compliance Officer, Ms. Deborah D. Maria. Building official Sam Acosta is the expert, and it's on page 16 of your agenda.
16, okay.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Can
Mark
you-
Smith.
I'm sorry?
Mark Smith.
Okay. Are you here on behalf of Mr. Thomas?
I am.
Or do you have a power of attorney?
I do
or-
not have a power of attorney. I'm the contractor that did the work, though.
Gotcha. All right. Well, then we may want to hear. I mean, do you have authority to agree to a resolution? I mean,
I believe I do, yes, sir.
and what is the basis for that authority?
He sent me a text message last night asking me to come here and take care of it for him.
Sorry, I can't do that. I mean, I assume, Ms. Antrim, you agree that he doesn't have standing.
Apparently, he's out of the country. He doesn't have standing, but if you want to hear from him, that's up to you.
I would. I mean, I would want to hear. I just don't think he can agree to resolve it. We can still go through the case.
Or we can continue it to the next April meeting.
Well, no, we're set. I mean, we're set for the hearing. If I certainly would like to hear from the contractor, I'm just saying I can't accept it as a resolution per se.
Understood.
We can go through. I can accept a recommended. And is this the last resolved case? Well, then we might as well start here. I'd like to ask the county to present its case.
Good morning. My name's Deborah DeMaria, Licensed Compliance Officer. This is for a large deck in the rear with an ADA ramp. It is completed, and it's unpermitted. I did speak with one of the owners to River Safaris. They are or have started compliance, so there is a permit in action right now, which I do believe will be issued within the 30 days. They just have some things that they need to give us, some requirements. It could be as small as a recorded notice of commencement, or it could be something else, maybe a site plan or something. I don't know what those documents would be. But Mr. Smith has agreed to the 30 days and $400 a day thereafter if they don't comply. But I believe that
What is your recommended resolution?
that is my recommended 30 days.
30 days?
Yes, sir, and $400 a day.
Okay.
And,
go
and I
ahead.
do believe that the 30 days, is an easy fix because the permit is already in. And once they comply with those revisions that we're asking for, then the permit will be issued and then it can be completed.
You mentioned one of the owners has started, but I only see one listed here, Peter Thomas.
Well, the owner that I referred to is River Safari. Peter Thomas owns the Seabound Tours. He owns the property.
Okay.
And the property entails the River Safari. So the River Safari person who was on site and having the workers there rebuilding this deck and adding to it, he's the one I spoke with as well.
Okay, got it. Is this a commercial property?
It is, yes, sir.
Okay. All right, well, I guess I do want to hear from you, Mr. Smith. I mean, does it sound like 30 days is enough?
I do have photos.
We initiated the permits in September. Typically, it's a 4 to 5 month process, so we're in, October, November, December? So we're in the 4th month.
No, that's it.
If they're telling me they can get me a permit in 30 days after I submit the required paperwork, and I believe the paperwork that they're waiting on right now is a elevation plan, as well as signed engineer drawings. So the engineer drawings that we had submitted, our engineer's license had expired during the process, so he's renewed it. He just has to put a new date stamp on it.
How big is this deck?
It's a replacement deck. The original deck was 82 feet wide, which was the length or width of the building, and the original deck went out 11, 12 feet. We extended it to 20 feet.
Why didn't y'all permit it in the first place?
Honestly, I think that we were going under the assumption that it was a replacement deck. I didn't realize that we had increased the footprint as big as we did. Field conditions warranted it.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, so if you hadn't increased the footprint, you wouldn't have needed a permit?
I don't believe so, no.
What do you think?
That's incorrect.
I don't think so either. So just as a word of the wise, I mean, I think, why would they have needed a permit?
Because it has to comply with the Florida Building Code.
And it has to be inspected.
Structurally, and if it's a commercial property with an ADA ramp, it has to be ADA compliant.
Okay. All right. So Is there anyone else from the public who wants to be heard on this case? Do you have pictures?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I mean, I'd like to just see them so I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, this is the order.
This is the largest agenda we've ever had for one of these, right?
I'll agree to that.
I'm just curious to see. All right, what's been proposed as Exhibit A, is it just Exhibit A?
I have the Exhibit B, the notice of violation. Do you want to?
Okay, well, I'll accept Exhibit A into evidence. I think you should introduce Exhibit B as well if you have the exhibit, but let me just see.
Notice of violation.
I don't think Mr. Smith has standing to, I mean, that's just, let me see. Oh, it looks nice. It doesn't look like shoddy workmanship,
It's not.
you know?
For the record, we build structures for the county, the city, the state. That structure complies with the most recent building code,
I hear you.
and it's identical to every commercial structure that we build that does get inspected and passed.
Okay, well, that just helps me understand what's going on. So, I think this works. I mean, I think the term, your recommendation makes sense to me. It already looks good. I mean, I feel like you'll be able to get the permit. It doesn't look bad. So, I will give 30 days to bring the property into compliance. If it's not brought into compliance, as ordered, $400 a day. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, Your Honor, is Colleen Ashmore, 2024-01592. Licensed Compliance Officer Kim Slater for the county. Experts on this case will be Building Official Samuel Acosta and Building Inspector Jeremy Lentz. It's on page 3 of your agenda.
Okay, so
Has Ms. Slater been sworn in, or?
I was waiting for her. It's okay.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. I do.
State
Oh.
your name for the record.
Yeah, ma'am, what is your name?
Colleen Ashmore.
Okay, welcome. All right, what is the county's case?
We have several outbuildings. That's, well, let's start from the beginning. Ms. Ashmore applied for a permit to reconnect a building on her property that she had recently purchased at 5972 West Last Chance Lane. Jeremy Lentz, our Citrus County building inspector, went out to conduct the inspection as was requested, and however, when he arrived, he observed, multiple outbuildings unpermitted, not only in violation, but had serious safety issues. All of the buildings had electric in them, one with also HVAC, which is air conditioning, plumbing, and site-built additions to one of the outbuildings.
What was that last thing you said about it? I got the HVAC and electric as
Okay.
well as
Plumbing,
plumbing. Okay.
yes, sir, and site-built additions.
Oh,
to-
site-built additions.
Yes,
okay.
sir, to one of the outbuildings.
Okay.
A large metal detached outbuilding that has been converted on the interior to what appears to be a bar setup made of concrete block to also include electrical wiring throughout, possibly plumbing, several windows installed, and both are questionable. A separate electrical service and HVAC system from the actual home to supply that building with air and heat and electric. A second standalone building, I'm just giving you a little bit of what the previous I explained or what I read, so that you'll know the overall picture, because there's several buildings there, and there's a lot of code violations and serious safety issues that needs to be addressed.
Have you issued any kind of a notice to vacate?
No, sir. It's not something that's being occupied as far as a person. Then none of them have power because when Mr. Lynch went to inspect it, he wouldn't release it because of all of this. And the safety of it. With that said, she's aware of the issues. I haven't spoke to her. I haven't been on the property. That's why I asked Mr. Lynch to be my expert witness, because he has. He actually was the one that went out and done the inspection for the electrical reconnection to an existing structure and denied it. So I have the photos here that he took when he was on site, and of course the others to follow, which is part of my exhibits, if you'd like to see them.
I'd like to swear Mr. Lentz in.
Okay.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Sir, can you put your name on the record?
My name's Jeremy Lentz, electrical building inspector.
Did you hear anything just now from Ms. Slater that you disagree with?
No, sir.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about your experience on the property?
I went out for a safety meter release, which in Citrus County, if the power has not been on the property for more than 6 months, we have to do an inspection on the property to ensure the safety and that there has been no work performed. As I entered, no one was on the property, but I was able to enter the property through an open gate. I went on the property, no one was at the door. I did notice multiple buildings. The permit doesn't specify which building I would be reinstating power to. So I did look at the buildings that were open, that I was able to get to see in. Did notice several NM cables, which is a non-metallic sheath cable, going through different sheds, unprotected. There's panels and disconnects without any covers on it. There was wiring that is not to NEC code throughout the entire property.
And the reason why you were there on the property was to do an inspection on the power to this new...
Or a reconnection of power.
Reconnection.
So on that inspection, I'm to look to any safety measures that need to be taken care of.
But a reconnection of power to which building?
That's what he was saying. He's
The
not.
permit doesn't specify, it just says.
Doesn't specify, okay. What does the permit say?
It says exactly reconnection to an existing structure.
Okay. Do you have a copy of it?
No, sir, I don't. I'm sorry.
All right. Do you have pictures or any other evidence that you wish to introduce? So before we get to you, Ms. Odom, I'm going to hear what the county's full case is.
May I just interject that he entered through a locked gate?
We'll get to your defense. So I want you to be able to comment. You'll be able to cross-examine them.
Then
You'll be able to, ma'am, just hold on. You'll be able to question them. That's cross-examination. You'll be able to present any evidence you wish. It's just that this is their chance right now. And then when you get your chance, it's the same thing. They don't get to just interject with everything that you say, all right?
Yes, sir.
So can you please just show what you've got for exhibits to Ms. Odom? Ms. Odom, I want to know if you have any
Ashmore.
objections, and I think you are going to have some, but tell me what your objections are when you look at these documents, and then I'll decide whether they're evidence.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Would you like for me to present both exhibits A and B?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
May we discussion?
I have seen these photos.
Are they accurate photos?
At the time the photos are accurate, some of what these photos are of were not part of this inspection, and I asked that I be notified before, because I'm only 10 minutes away, to be present so that I could show him exactly what it was he was supposed to inspect. He also entered through a locked. That gate was padlocked. I keep those gates padlocked 24/7.
So I will
There are
construe that
animals on
as an objection based on the Fourth Amendment, that there's an unreasonable search, okay? And then I guess, so I think what you're trying to say is, yes, everything in the photos is accurate at the time the photos were taken. However, they shouldn't be admitted as evidence because they violate my Fourth Amendment right against search, unreasonable searches. Okay? I'll reserve ruling on that. But I want to make sure that you look through all of them and, okay, all right. So that's your main objection?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Notice of violation.
Yes, ma'am.
Notice of hearing, which you have with you.
Yes, ma'am.
That I posted on the property. General
Have-
hearing order.
Yes, ma'am. I'll agree that I've gotten all of those papers and they're all the paperwork is all accurate.
Should be 25.
Go ahead with that, you can take that.
All right. All right, now, thank you. I'll hold on to these, thanks. So ma'am, I hear your objection. I'm reserving ruling on the, and I'm not gonna look at the photos until I've resolved that.
sir.
But in terms of the notices, do you have any similar objections to the notices?
No, sir.
Okay, so I'll admit Exhibit B without objection right now. Is there any other evidence that the county has and wants to present in its case?
No, sir?
Which, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Which photos did Mr. Lentz take? All of them, or?
No.
Okay, so can we separate the photos Mr. Lentz took from the photos
Absolutely.
that you took?
That's a great idea.
I have no objections to the photos Ms. Slater took.
You have no objection to the ones that she took?
I think they're the last two on there.
All right, that's
Just wanna
good to know.
peek,
That's a
But I have
good-
no objections to those photos.
I want to
don't
make sure
think
y'all
I wanna
agree.
look at them, but.
Let's make sure y'all agree on which photos those are.
Excellent.
These are Jeremy's.
And I'm not going to disagree that there's violations there for sure. There we go. That's
Those
all
are
the ones he
Jeremy's,
took.
and then these are mine.
Yes.
This was on September.
Mhm.
Where I went to see if it was still there.
Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
yep.
And then these were taken on September.
Mhm.
And then this one was earlier in the week.
Not a problem.
That's where I posted.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, I have no objections to the photos Ms. Slater's taken.
Okay?
Can I see which ones those are? We'll just keep them separate, but I guess one is proposed and one is.
I'd like to keep them separate, yeah. So which, well, I want Ms. Odom to confirm
Ashmore.
photos that she's not objecting to.
Ashmore.
Ashmore, I'm sorry. Yeah, those. Yeah, I just want her to confirm. I'm not going to admit.
I
them
have no
until-
objections to those photos that she's holding right there.
Okay, all right. So these I'm going to set to the side. I'm reserving ruling. And for the record, there is no objection to pages 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31
That is
of
correct.
35. Okay.
That is correct.
All right, so I'll just take a quick look at them. And Ms. Slater, when, I assume you took the photos on the dates indicated on the photos?
Correct.
Okay.
Their date stamp per my phone.
Yep. Are there structures in these photos that are the subject of this case? And if so, what are they?
They're the same as this.
Well, you'll have to point it out on the actually, go back to the microphone if you would, and I'll do my best. So I want everyone to see it. So I'm looking at page 26. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
What in this photo is the subject of this case?
It has a covered porch with a mobile home underneath it that extends outward from the mobile home and back to the side, back on each side.
Okay.
With ramps.
Okay, I see that.
No permit.
Is that one of the structures?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is page 27 showing the same thing, or is that something else?
Can't see it. I'm sorry, I can't.
Oh, you can't see it. Okay, sorry.
Same thing.
Okay, so for the record, same thing. I apologize, maybe you should have stayed here. I'm now showing you page 28.
That's the metal building.
The metal building. Okay, so this is a different structure. Is it in the county's allegations unpermitted? Okay, page 29, what is being shown here?
Well, basically the animals, and then there's a shed over here.
Is the shed the subject of one of them? Okay.
I have no access to the property.
Okay. And then on this page 30, it's the front gate, it looks like.
Yes, sir, I was posting that I couldn't enter the property.
Sure, yeah, signs are pretty clear. All right, so I just want to be on the same page. Now, let's see. So Ms. Ashmore, you now have an opportunity to cross-examine the witnesses. And I ask you if you want to take that opportunity. Now, you'll need to identify which witness you're going to cross-examine. Is it going to be, you can do both, but this is your opportunity to ask them questions.
I don't believe I have any questions of.
All right, that's fine. So there won't be any cross-examination. Now I want you to have a chance to be heard on whatever you want to say.
Okay, so I bought this property, that money that I obtained from when the Florida Department of Transportation took my last property through eminent domain for their highway. The structures that are in question were sold to me as being part of the property. None of the, whether they were permitted or not, would have shown up or did show up on any survey, or I'm not sure what the word I'm looking for there is, on any kind of a title search or anything. The properties have been there for the structures have all been there between 13 and 23 years. So now, same owners own the place. I come in and I asked for the service to the one building that I believe it's in the second or third photo to be reconnected.
Is that the metal one?
That's the metal building, because I use it for feed for my animals, and I'd like to be able to see the feed for my animals in that building. I did not realize at the time that any of this was going on. He did deny the permit, and I did find out, okay, well, this is why this is unsafe. This is why. I did have an electrician out who said, well, this is nothing. All this just needs to be put in conduit and covers put on the electrical boxes, which he did. And so I called them up to re-inspect. I said, okay, and they said, okay, well, you'll need to pull another permit for that. So in the meantime, like right at the same time, I get this other notice that there's all these multiple, this was unpermitted to begin with 20 years ago. This was unpermitted to begin with 13 years ago. And you need to tear all these structures down, basically, or permit them in hindsight. And that's just, it's a huge undertaking. They said I can't even get the permits without a site map being filed. I can't get the permits without engineering, without a drafter. I did hire someone, it's now been forever, I don't understand, but the Department of Transportation, my mediator, did call the drafter. He said that he should be done with the drawings in the next 60 days. That's just the drawings. That's not my ability to take these drawings that have been filed and get permits on them. I really don't, you know, it's not that I don't want to correct the situations. It's not that I don't want to make this right. But there are other factors involved that are beyond my control at the current time. And I also don't have a ton of money to go ripping down structures. I mean, and Ms. Slater had said, and I don't even know if I can present this, but had said to me, well, why don't you get your ranch hands to just take down that HVAC? Or why don't you get your ranch hands to just take down this here? I can't do that. That
big is the
HVAC
property?
unit.
How big is the
3
property?
acres.
How many?
Just about 3 acres.
3 acres.
I can't go ripping out an HVAC. There's Freon, it's not Freon, I don't think, it's something else now, R something, RU. How am I gonna pull that out? And now that's a major environmental violation if I go pulling that off the property. I have to have an HVAC specialist come out and evacuate the free coolant before I can remove that. I mean, which is certainly, you know, I can get that done, but it's gotta be reclaimed properly. I can't just rip it off the building. And my ranch hand is my boyfriend, who's basically a babysitter, and he can like run a hose and water the animals. He is disabled. He has no feeling in his right leg from the knee down from an industrial work accident. He can help out, but he's very limited in what he can do. So we're looking at, I'm going to have
Did you
to
think
hire.
earlier this morning that you had the terms of a resolution?
I did not.
Okay, so you never thought that this
I
case
did
was
not.
resolved? All right, you didn't
I did
agree to
not.
any terms?
I did
or
not agree.
You never
to any
conceded that there were, I mean, do you concede that there are violations?
I absolutely
You know, I mean,
concede that there are violations,
so,
yes.
I mean, my issue, I guess, is, I mean, if there are violations, they have to be fixed.
I do understand
And the
that.
question is, you know, really, how long do you need, right? I mean, that's the real question to me. And
Yes, sir.
I take your point. I mean, I'm not necessarily going to, with a flick of a wrist, get rid of an HVAC unit. But if one is there illegally, it has to go.
Yes, I
Or
do
get permitted, you know, the right way.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what I told her.
One or the other. So
agree.
I'm just wondering, what's your end game here?
So my end game is the second I get those drawings back from that drafter to come in, and we'll go through item by item exactly what needs to be permitted and what I need to do to correct the violations. And I will, at that time, get those permits gladly, and I will get to work on it.
I would be happy to actually go visit the property when I have access with her and show her
Well,
what needs to be
that's always going to be a
addressed.
condition of anything I do. I mean, I'll tell you, I'm going to find that there are violations, right? I mean, they're conceded.
I
It's
agree.
not rocket science. But as a condition, of course, they're going to have access to see. So that doesn't appear to be in dispute. The real question to me is, what are all the so I've got two questions. I mean, number one is, what are all the violations? You know, it is broad language, this section. No person shall erect, construct, enlarge, alter, repair, move, improve, convert, or demolish any building or structure. I don't take that to mean that things like installing a ceiling fan are subject to this code section. So I do take it to mean this really addresses structural, mostly structural. Now, is it the county's position that electrical without conduit and then putting conduit around it is subject to obtaining a permit that you have to obtain?
No.
Mr. Lentz saying no. Okay, Mr. Acosta, what do you think?
I agree.
Okay, wow, all right. Well, this is a lot more agreement than I expected. So, Ms. Ashmore, how much time do you think you need? I have to give a time, so how much time do you think you need?
I think that I need, the drafter said, within 60 days, I'll have the drawings. Those should be filed. I think that should be filed in 60 days. I think maybe 90 days to give, for them to get the, you know, I'll apply for the permitting right away. And, you know, it's gonna take, another 2 weeks to 30 days for the county to approve the permits and give me the
If
permits.
everything's correct, it could be sooner.
Right,
It
okay.
just depends.
Yeah, so maybe 30 days or 2 weeks to 30 days after
And
that.
you're getting drawings for more than one thing, I assume.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
getting
it's,
drawings
it's
for
a
the
whole
entire
menu
property
here.
to file a site map.
Okay, the animals look nice.
She bought the property with those structures on the property. She didn't know.
No, I don't I don't think anyone I mean, this
not trying
happens
to-
every day,
Right.
you know.
It does.
All right, well then are there any other members of the public who want to be heard on this case? Okay. What is the county's recommendation?
Well, we talked outside, she and I, Miss Ashmore and I, and we discussed 60 days, but she's asking for 90, and realistically, 90's not too long.
Well, we've done
we'd go 90
60. We've done
days.
60 here today for like one structure.
90.
Yeah, I mean, I think 90. I don't want to set anyone up for failure, but what is the county's recommendation on a fine if 90?
150 a day.
Okay.
To be reasonable.
It's reasonable.
I mean, it is. It is. I'll say less than I would do. But no, I mean that's your choice. So, all right, then I will find that violations exist on the property as we discussed. I don't think I need to rule on the admissibility of the other photos. Although, Mr. Lentz, I want to give you a chance. I mean, you've made some accusations. Do you want to respond to the accusations made, or do you want to stay silent?
Not out here to get anybody, I just want things safe.
Okay.
Nothing personal.
The objective is compliance.
Personal.
Right, Miss Antrim?
I'm sorry.
The object. Well, you know what? That's why I got your name wrong. I didn't drink coffee this morning, and I really need coffee. So
No, I was listening
Break
to
time.
what they were saying to each other.
Yeah.
But it's not personal, so I didn't hear what you said.
fair enough. I tune myself out too when I can. All right, so I will find that a violation exists. I'll give 90 days to bring the property into compliance. If it's not brought into compliance as ordered, $150 a day. Good luck.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I think we have a resolution in one of our previous cases.
Great.
Tridev Food, case number 2025-01889. License Compliance Officers Timothy Williams. It's on page 17 of your agenda, and Samuel Acosta is the building expert for the county.
We've already sworn in Mr. Patel.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Williams, what are the terms of the resolution?
60 days.
Okay.
And $250 a day.
Okay. And are those the terms that you've agreed to?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on this case? I don't see anyone, so what I'll do is I'll grant 60 days to bring the property in compliance, and it'll be $250 a day if you don't. We'll issue a written order. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Next case, Your Honor, is Becky Odom. Case number 2025-01305. License Compliance Officer Timothy Williams. Samuel Acosta is the building official expert witness. It's on page 12 of your agenda.
Okay, welcome back.
Thank you.
All right. Present your case.
This is case number CE 2025-01305. Address is 4638 North Tumbleweed Trail in Hernando. Property owner Becky Odom. Good service via certified mail. I have Exhibit A, initial photos, corrective action photos, and final photos. Exhibit B, notice of violation, notice of hearing, pre-hearing order, and a good service. And this is the installation of the mobile home with no permit.
That's right. Okay. Well, why don't you, have you gone through everything you want to say, or do you have evidence that you want to introduce?
Yes, I have Exhibit A and B.
So, Ms. Odom, what I'd like to ask you to do is look through these documents that he's got and let me know if you have objection to them being evidence.
Right.
And that's what I've sent you.
Yeah. Can I? Yeah, okay.
While we're waiting, is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on this case? All right, I don't see anyone.
Tim, is that top one, is that the most recent one? I'm just asking it. I'm I'm sorry. Yes, thank you.
All right, without objection, what's been proposed as Exhibits A and B are evidence. Thank you, sir. And I will just take a quick look so that I have an understanding. Okay, I mean, how did you discover the issue, Mr. Williams?
It was from a customer referred through the call center, a complaint.
Okay. And you went out to the property and found that there was something unpermitted there?
Correct, the mobile home.
Okay. And before today, had you had contact with the property owner?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And what was the nature of your contact? How were you in touch? What did you guys talk about?
I believe from the orange tag we leave on properties, and then we've been in contact several times.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to get to you. I'm just
understand.
curious. I mean, so did Ms. Odom indicate she was going to resolve it?
Yes, she was trying to, but as I've learned, there's some difficulties.
All right. So now I'll turn to you, Ms. Odom. What is going on from your perspective?
Yes, sir. So, do I need to talk into the microphone?
If you would,
Okay.
yeah.
So, I paid the mobile home installer. He was supposed to get the permit, come down, put it together. Well, I guess once he got the money and he came down and he put it together and just left it. No permit, high and dry, ghosted, can't find him, can't get a hold of him, anything. So I was looking at another way to try and do this, but somehow the paperwork, I can't find the paperwork on the mobile home, no documentation. Well, anyways, squatters have moved in. And so for me to even get anybody out there to look at the property, you know, I can't, they won't let them in, you know, and so I have to, and I am going through, I'm actively in the eviction process right now, but considering how
You
long.
got this thing on the property and squatters immediately found it and took it over?
Not immediately, but
Over time?
yeah. It was like one, and then another one, and then just, you know.
Yeah.
And it's terrible. It's meth. But anyways, so, you know, I can't get on the property to bring any professionals on the property to be able to do anything, and I am in the eviction process, but I'm not exactly sure how long that's going to take. You know, from my understanding, it'd take 30, 60, 90 days maybe. I'm not sure. And so I'm just asking for 6 months so I have time to get them evicted and then do what I need to do, either get rid of it or permit.
As a first matter, I'll tell you, of course, retain your own legal counsel, right? I mean, you can't rely on what I am about to tell you because I'm not your lawyer. But it's my understanding that when you have a situation like this, you are able to, you know, sue them for what's called unlawful detainer, you know, and that you can avail yourself of the summary procedure, which means they have to respond within 5 days, you know, stuff like that. So it's, you know, it's, this is an age-old story. So it's not like the procedures haven't evolved to help, you know, a crisis situation like this. There are ways. 6 months is no way, just because it is something that can definitely be resolved faster, from my perspective.
I just wasn't sure if I could get a permit that quick within.
I hear, and I was going to address that too. So let's talk about that. Let's assume that an unlawful detainer, or, you know, she can get possession of the property within a month and a half. Let's just say that, okay, 45 days. How long normally would it take to get a permit for something like this? Understanding that you have a wide range of possibility. I understand you're not representing promising anything, but I'm curious, an average.
A mobile home permit requires a licensed mobile home installer. Once I see a licensed mobile home installer, I'm done.
Okay.
I mean,
Meaning,
if I had.
you don't have to do an intensive review of plans per se. You're saying once I see that there's a licensed mobile home installer, boom.
And they do it every day. It's a engineered foundation. If I had to do one right now, it'd take me about 10 minutes.
Okay.
A mobile home's not subject to the Florida Building Code. So all I'm looking at is that the guy's licensed as an installer, and that's what they do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, Ms. Odom?
Yes, Your Honor, but the problem is the documentation. I can't find the title or the plate, so I don't know how to go about getting the documentation.
Where is the title?
the people that sold me the mobile home and the people that moved the mobile home, they recommended the people that moved the mobile home, and they're like, well, we'll just send the title to him, but now he has since ghosted me, and so,
So for all you know, this is stolen?
I don't think so.
I'm half joking, but I mean.
I understand
the
what you're
point is,
saying.
have you ever seen a title?
I believe I saw it in the office,
What
but
office?
when I went to buy the mobile home.
Okay. Where is the office?
It was in, I can't remember, it's 2 hours away but they've since closed down, but it was on the highway I think it's a P city. Palaca maybe, or
Possibility.
or somewhere out there.
I don't know that I need the title.
Okay.
I mean, I don't care who owns it.
Yeah. Right. I mean, as long as you have as long as you have a licensed mobile home installer,
Yeah.
from the county review perspective, it's not your job to verify title.
Nope.
All right. So I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not going to do 6 months. I do think that you can work through the process and get this licensed mobile home installer much, much faster. All right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's what I'm going to end up finding. Did I ask, is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on that? I did. All right, so I'll find that there is a violation. We're not arguing about that. I will grant 75 days to bring the property into compliance and a fine of $250 a day if not. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Case, Your Honor, is Brian Roderick and Catherine Bush, case number 2024-00750. Licensed Compliance Officer Timothy Williams. Mr. Samuel Acosta is the building official and the expert on the case. It's on page 13 of your agenda. This is an appeal, fine appeal, sir.
It's a fine appeal. Okay.
Raise your right hand for me. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth,
Fine appeal, they're
I do.
appealing the fine.
Ma'am, what is your name?
Catherine Bush.
Catherine Bush. And, I mean, what it appears to me is that this is a fine against Brian Roderick.
We both co-own the property.
You're a co-owner of the property?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And what is the basis for the appeal?
The basis for the appeal
Mm-hmm.
is to waive the amount of money that they're
Okay.
charging me, like $30,000 is.
Okay. All right. Let me look at this. So, I'm just looking at my notes on the case.
$50 a day, 140 days.
All right. What happened on this case, Mr. Williams?
This was a fine appeal. It was heard on January 15th, 2025. She was found guilty, granted 5 months to abate the violation. If not abated, a penalty of $50 a day was recommended.
See that, but what happened on the property? Do you have any notes about that?
Yeah.
Gave the lowest fine that I ever do.
That was a front porch renovation.
Front porch. Are there
Screen porch to a room.
screen porch to a room?
We enclosed it.
Yes.
Windows.
Okay. I think I remember this. Okay. We haven't had that many in these hearings, so I think I do remember it.
Everything has been taken care of. It's been inspected.
When did y'all take care of it? I
When
mean,
was
if
the inspection done.
if
All of this is due to miscommunication between the county and us.
okay, so what? I mean, tell me about that. Because here's what I see. I see that I gave an order on January 22nd, 1 year ago. I gave 5 months, which for me is like
It was
a crazy
amazing,
amount of
yes,
time.
yes.
And then gave the lowest fine possible. So it looks like from if all I see is like, wow, I gave you like the slap on the wrist type thing, just go get it done, it all goes away. But instead, you're saying there's a $30,000 fine that's accrued, which is only possible if it had been in violation for.
I couldn't believe it when we got the letter. I was like, this was all taken care
Well,
of.
okay, so tell me from your perspective what's happened. Miscommunication.
I think the miscommunication is we were working with Susan Bungo, who is no longer here. It took us forever to
I
find.
didn't know that. When did she leave?
It's been quite a few months.
Oh, okay.
She was let go, yeah. And
I'm not getting into the details. I didn't know.
And we it took us forever to to find an engineer that would, because they told us we had to have an engineer and with drawings for that front porch, even though it was still on the same, never moved anything, it was still, we just enclosed it and put hurricane windows in it. And we got that, Brian got that, he sent the drawings in to the county via electronically, the engineer did that, and I think he was, and,
When did that happen?
geez. Had to have been before, it was long before and I don't even have them with me. That was probably in June or May. And then we never heard anything back, so we thought that it was all taken care of. We never got any communications back from the county.
You never got notice that there
We-
was let me ask this. So normally, I issue the order about the violation. And normally, once a property hasn't been brought into compliance within the time allowed, I sign another order, order imposing fines. Did you ever receive a copy of an order indicating that fines were beginning to
No.
accrue? Does the county have a copy of any?
Got a copy of the
I have a copy of the
Mind if I
imposing
could see
fine.
that?
Yeah, record of the department?
So
Yes.
what I'm gonna do is I'll show you a copy of this too, and I do see your name on this one.
Yeah, and I am,
November 10th.
I have to admit, I am a little bit out of this because I was in Virginia from May to the end of June with my daughter.
Okay.
And Brian was doing it, but he is physically, he's having medical issues right now, that's why he's not.
All right, that's fine. So I'm just for the record, so it appears, okay, I can see where this might have happened. So well, this is interesting. I mean, it looks like the county didn't even, hold on, let me just look at this.
That's 700.
We had a problem finding out what everything was going on with it. I actually got my
If you
niece-
would, Ms. Bush, let me just take a moment to review the order that I signed. It's just hard for me to pay attention to both. Correspondence shall pay, beginning on, okay. So it's interesting to me because you must have gotten this order because you appealed it, right? I mean, so.
Oh, I'm appealing the fine.
That's what I'm talking about. So this order was signed October 29th, 2025. It says it was mailed October 30th. So I'm assuming that you got a copy of this and then said, I'd like to appeal this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that's what you,
But this was signed on October, so it sounds like it wasn't even complete by October 30th.
well, that's what I'm saying. We sent everything in that they had required from us and never got anything back after that. So we just assumed, and should not have assumed, that it was all taken care of.
You thought that by sending in some drawings
sent in
and
the
not actually obtaining a permit that it was done?
No, I think he got the permit, didn't he?
On November 10th of 25.
After I issued the order, right? So when did the property come into compliance?
November 10th of
November 10th.
25.
So wait a second. I mean, okay, I see the issue. So basically what happened here is you weren't aware that well, you had 5 months to comply, but I didn't sign an order imposing the fine right after you stopped complying. I signed it 4 months later. Admittedly unusual, but the property was also clearly not in compliance. So once you all saw, whoops, we've got a fine accruing, that's when y'all made sure that it got done.
Well, then I got my niece involved, who works here, to find out because Susan wasn't here, who we were supposed to talk to, or where to go, what we were supposed to do.
Okay. What's the county's position on the appeal?
Everything's settled. We've done what they wanted.
Yep. What does the county have a position on it?
It was 140 days that was not in compliance at $50 a day.
Okay. So let's just work that out.
And court costs.
So you said 30,000.
I thought that's.
I'm calculating 7. Okay. Not that, like that's a, I mean, it's not like
Yeah,
chump
that's
change,
not-
but it's a very big difference from what was represented to me.
I mean, we bought a piece of property in 2017 that was just dilapidated, and, I mean, we've put our heart and soul and every nickel we own into that property to fix it. And even the neighborhood says how much beautiful it is. It looks nice. It was overgrown and, like I
Okay,
said,
what I'll do is I'll reduce the fine to $1,000 and administrative costs. Because it still took those days after the notice. So even after the order, it still took several days. All right, that's what we'll do. Unless you don't want me to do that. I mean,
I would like no fine at all.
all right,
I find it
well, this is the
unusual
thing.
when, you know,
I mean,
we've-
when you come to a hearing and you have an obligation, it doesn't sound like you're even sorry that you did the unpermitted work to me.
Oh, no, that's not true.
Okay, because,
As I'm saying,
Yeah.
we co-own it, but he was handling all this, so that's why I'm,
well,
really
I'm
a
reducing the
little
fine, and that's the end of the hearing. Good luck.
Next case, Your Honor, SM Industries LLC, case number 2024-01503. Licensed Compliance Officer Timothy Williams for the county. Experts on the case are building official Mr. Samuel Acosta and Ms. Joanna Coutu. This is also an appeal, Your Honor.
Okay, gotcha.
Joanna's not here.
Let me see. Joanna, okay. Welcome.
Morning, Your Honor. Thank you, sir.
Are we waiting for Joanna?
No, we'll swear her in when she gets here. Let's swear him in.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am, I do. Thank you.
What's your name for the record?
Joseph Dawson.
Okay, welcome back.
Thank you.
Buildings.
All right, so tell me about this case.
Your Honor, if you will, I'd like to present you with a small one-page letter that I wrote just to kind of bring you up on a brief summary.
Have they
of
seen a
what's-
copy of it?
I did briefly show it to Mr.
Do you have other
Tallman.
copies?
Yes, sir.
Okay, as long as they get a copy, and I'd really like the county attorney to see it. Yeah, please. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, you're welcome.
I'll take a copy, and let me just, I'll give the Ms. Antrim a moment to look at it and see if, I mean, he can just read it, I assume, but.
They abated too.
Ms. Antrim, do you have any objection to me allowing this in as evidence?
No, I don't.
Okay, I don't either, so that's fine.
Thank you.
Let me just read it briefly, and I'll talk to you.
Yes, sir.
What was on?
Four,
Four buildings.
four buildings, 3 buildings in the site. That one.
Okay, Mr. Williams, is the property in compliance today?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Mr. Dawson, is everything in this letter true to the, as, under oath?
Yes, Your Honor,
Okay,
it is. Yes,
all right.
sir.
Okay. What's the amount of accrued fine to this date? Do you know?
18,078.06.
And what was the issue on the property? I'm not sure. I remember you. I don't remember what actually was happening on the property.
Would you like me to
Yeah,
explain, Your
please.
Honor? So what happened was I had a bunch of unpermitted structures, and then a renovation, and everything kind of, came into all a culmination at once. So I had 4 different permits that needed to be taken care of, and you graciously gave me, what was it, 6 months?
6 months.
So I got to a point And if we look at the records, when I was able to complete the site permit and the main structure permit, was very early on in the process. I want to say it was somewhere around the 4-month mark. I thought that those 2 metal buildings also were, I thought everything was taken care of until I got that first letter, and I looked and I went back and we sat down together with the GC, and we saw this comment that kept coming up about the water main for the metal buildings, and we were going back and forth, and they were switching at the time from the Australia or whatever it was, that different portal, and it was a living nightmare. And there was some documents that went back and forth, over half a dozen times. And it took me finally reaching out to Ms. Karen in Utilities to try to straighten it out. Basically, when I looked a little bit deeper, a lot of those permits that I paid, because I think it was like $35,000 or $40,000 in permit fees. Granted, it's double for the unpermitted work, but a lot of them that were assessed were not. I paid too much on some of these permit fees because they've got utilities going to those other buildings. So it was.
Does that sound about right, that it's that much for the permit, even with the doubling, that it could be that much for all these structures?
What was the amount again? I'm sorry.
35, he said
It was
35
close
to
to
40.
between, yes, sir. It was close to between 35 and 40,000 because I do believe that a lot of these things were assessed incorrectly. I've already.
Well,
No. So no, my question is to Mr.
I got you.
Acosta.
Yeah, the permit fee is a function of evaluation that they provide.
Well, no, I'm just saying, does it sound, based on your knowledge of the case, like, given the number of unpermitted structure, that it
possible.
could be something like
Yes.
that? Okay, that's interesting. So, that's interesting. All right.
May I add something, Your Honor?
Yeah.
Because when I look at these metal structures, they're just metal storage buildings, and they're being charged for utilities and different things. And even Ms. Karen said, no, that's not true. You've got utilities going to both of those storage buildings. And I didn't want to get into it with her. I just wanted to get these things, get it.
Well, I read your
paid and-
letter. I mean, you're repeating things that I already accept as true from your letter.
I appreciate that.
I'm just not, part of the problem with the unpermitted, structures is that it's not that I put you in the situation, not that the county put you in this situation, is that yeah, right. So I guess what I'm saying is, 6 months is, I'm gonna work out something with you on the fine, but I'm not gonna waive the whole thing.
I understand.
Okay? Now, I also, that's a very interesting thing. I mean, the double permit fee, is something that's in the public interest from the county. It's supposed to deter this kind of thing. And so I think there's some value that you've already done by paying a double permit fee as well. That makes me comfortable in reducing the fine. But what is the county's position on this? I don't want to do anything without hearing from you.
Our position on the permit fee?
No, that's a public
as far
policy
as
thing way
reducing-
beyond me, but.
As far as reducing the amount?
Yeah, I mean, it's been represented that it's 18,000 right now.
Right. I would not mind a reduction, but I would like you to consider the fact that this is the type of problems you invite with working without permits.
Yeah, and that's why I gave that lecture.
Yeah.
I agree. And I do throw myself, not to cut you off, Your Honor, I do throw myself at your mercy, as you stated earlier.
I was joking when I said that.
I'm serious.
Now, is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on this case? All right. I'm going to reduce it to 2,000 from 18,000, and the property is in compliance. Thank you for complying with the county code.
No, thank you, and that's an absolute gift, and I want to thank all you guys, and I did learn my lesson on that, and I am sorry.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Acosta, is there a procedure outside of these hearings for people? And Mr. Dawson, by the way, you're done. I don't.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. Is there a procedure? Isn't there a procedure for fine forgiveness or lien forgiveness? Or are you? Or maybe that's a question for you, Ms. Antrim. But it's lien forgiveness. So once it's an order imposing, like in this last case, what's the process for someone to actually, besides an appeal? I mean, can't they just come in and ask for it? Okay.
But
Does it only come to me if it's rejected?
No, I don't know if they discussed a reduction or not, but in this case, because the notice says you have 30 days to appeal.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
Why they were
Okay,
doing it.
no, I'm with you. I'm just
And
curious.
the lien hadn't been recorded. It's not recorded during that appeal period.
Fair enough. Okay, good. All right, thank you. Next case.
Next case, Your Honor, Christopher Grave, case number 2025-01927, or 72, I apologize. Licensed Compliance Officer, Ms. Deborah D. Maria. Expert on the case is Building Official, Mr. Samuel Acosta. And I do not believe they're here.
Ms. Katu, I don't know if, I think I got rid of the case before you got here. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm sorry.
No, please. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Oh, good. I wasn't aware.
All right.
Another thing about the fine reduction, I don't know that they think they have the ability to reduce the fine that's been set by the without coming to you.
Fair enough. All right. Please proceed.
Okay, so for this one, Christopher Grave, Grave Fruit Farms LLC is a no-show today. I would like to give you a backstory on this. He also has another business called Bright Light Homes LLC. And on 4/14/23, he purchased the property for $75,000 as stated on the property appraiser site. 5/24/23, they submitted a permit via Bright Light Homes Marina Grave, and that's spelled Graeve. The permit was issued, and there was one requirement left, which was a recorded notice of commencement, which is typical. We do allow here to issue a permit, and you can still give us the last requirement of a recorded NOC, but it has to be prior to inspections. However, we never received the recorded NOC. Work commenced. The house listed 6 months later on 10/5/23 for $229,000. I'd like to state that this is a 1969 Florida Cracker House, so when they submitted this permit, they submitted to us plans, specs, a drawing of the inside of the house, very clear pictures of what their intent to do is. Fast forward to today, Bright Light Homes has, I guess, deeded, not really deeded, but same owners, but different company name. So now that they're caught, they have to comply by getting an after-the-fact permit. And they have submitted the permit, but they also have a general contractor with 31 years of experience. He told me that they're flippers. I told him that even as flippers, you still have to have permits, which he's well aware of as a contractor, a general contractor, by the way. It has taken 111 pages of correspondence back and forth, which is extremely frustrating, with redundancy throughout. You know, what do I do? I'm not sure. I'm getting conflicting answers. I had said to him several times, please just do what I gave you as instructions, refer to my last email. Anyway, he was given the notice of commencement, the notice of violation on 10/29, and on January 2nd of this year, I sent him my last correspondence stating that I am no longer going to communicate with him, that he can either comply with a notice of violation or not. 3 days later, he submitted the permit. So where we are right now is he was given 2 years to comply with a permit, knowing that they had one outstanding. And by the way, it expired after 180 days. It's considered null and void. So they would obviously have to start over. So with that said, I would like to recommend, well, I also have pictures here if you'd like to see them.
I'm a little confused. What's the specific violation here?
He did a full renovation on a 1969 home, interior and exterior.
Got that permit for the full reno in May 24th, 2023.
Yes, sir. And
Okay.
did not call.
It expired in 180 days.
Yes, sir.
They never got you the recorded notice of commencement.
That is correct.
And so that's a county requirement? That
Yes, sir, it
You have to have
is.
a recorded NOC? And has the permit just not been closed out? Like there's a house there and?
Permit was closed out in 6 months. That is typical. After 180 days of no activity, it's closed and becomes null and void. That's
Was
building
the
code.
work done?
Yes, sir.
Was it done at the time the permit was open?
It was. It was completed and put on Realtor.com.
And it was sold?
Not yet.
Okay. So help me understand, I'm still a little confused on what the violation is.
No permits for renovating a home. They did electric, they added a bedroom, they did electric, HVAC, and plumbing.
I thought you said they completed it while the permit was open.
The permit was submitted and issued, but with contingencies, which is you need to have a notice of commencement.
I just want to make sure I'm on the same page.
Right.
So then fast forward to today, you issue the notice of violation on October 29th,
Mhm.
and you have more dilatory correspondence from them January 2nd. You tell them, put up or shut up,
Mhm.
and then they actually do apply for another permit?
They have to because the permit was null and void.
I know, my question is a yes or no question.
Yes, sir.
Did they actually apply for another permit?
Yes, sir.
And so the point of this permit from their perspective is just to complete the notice of commencement requirement.
No, sir.
Oh.
Because it's considered null and void, and because it's considered as never having a permit, they have renovated a house without a permit. So they have to reapply and give plans, specs, engineered plans, everything, a site plan, as if it never happened before.
And they do have the permit in hand.
They do not
Okay.
currently.
Why don't they, are you all refusing to issue the permit?
No, sir, they have not complied with all the requirements, just like the first time around.
What are they missing?
I don't know what they're missing. It could be a notice of commencement,
Yeah.
or it could be engineered plans. The fact is, they've had not only 2 years, but if you don't want to consider that, they've had since the notice of violation, which was issued, that was issued on October 29th, and he didn't comply until January 5th.
Do you have a copy of the original permit?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'd like to see it. It's very interesting.
All of this is for the original permit?
I see what you're saying, that there is no permit. But the thing is, I mean, what it sounds like is if I find a violation, I'm still gonna have to give a time to comply. And by the time, is that all you're seeking?
We are seeking a permit for the renovation, inside and out.
But let's say I give them 15 days to get that permit. I mean, they'll get it. Are you concerned they won't?
They may. I was gonna ask for 30 days, but I do have the Florida code that says that after the 180 days, it's null and void. It's like they never had a permit.
I do want to see that too. So let me just take a look at this.
Can I ask a question? Did they call for any inspections during, I've seen this.
that's the problem.
They didn't call for any inspections either during it.
they
Okay.
commenced with the work.
All right.
Did
I'll-
we notify them that they need the services of a private provider?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I even sent them the private
Okay.
provider list.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm on the same page. So if I find a violation and give them 30 days and they obtain the permit, it's not like you guys get a fine.
No, sir, if they get that permit within 30 days, if they comply and they get those inspections from a private provider, because they've already shown us that they're capable of pulling a permit and not following through.
I agree with you. I mean, I can follow the logic, so I will, I mean, are you prepared to have this be an exhibit?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
And
so
I also have current pictures also, if you'd like to see the final.
I'm going to admit the permit information as Exhibit A. I'm going to introduce the excerpt of the building code as Exhibit B. Is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on this case? All right. What is the county's recommendation as to a fine?
$1,000 a day.
Okay. So the property will be found in violation. Can you give me tell me about your 111-page correspondence.
Well,
Did it make you feel good? Did it make you feel that they were acting in good faith? Do you
No,
read
sir.
it by the fireside?
I took it as
Fireplace?
reflecting and dragging your feet because you're 31 years and general contractor, you know the rules. The rules are you need permits, and if you're not familiar with the entity where you're doing work, then you find out from the building department what you need to comply.
Well, they knew they needed
I
permits.
asked him that multiple times. In fact, Morgan Spencer in the flood department, same thing. About roughly 15 emails back and forth. And he would say to me, I don't know what's needed. And I personally took her emails and forwarded it to him. And it wasn't until I put my foot down and said, no more correspondence, comply or don't.
Okay.
And 3 days later, he complied.
Okay.
Partially.
Then we'll do 21 days, $1,000 a day.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Next case, Your Honor, is Kenneth Zerillo, ARZ Holdings LLC, case number 2025-00454. Licensed Compliance Officer Timothy Williams. Building Official Samuel Acosta is the expert on the case, and it's on page 7 of your agenda.
All right.
Raise your right hand for me. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Good morning, sir. What is your name?
Enzarilla.
Welcome. Go ahead.
This is case number 2025-00454.
Mr. Zerillo, are you contesting whether or not there's a violation on the property?
I'm not contesting the issue that the ACs were put in incorrectly. I really, truly just need some guidance. And I can obviously explain that once you guys give me.
Well, I mean, I'm interested. I mean, Mr. Williams, is this about an AC unit or multiple AC units?
Multiple AC units and, after my research, multiple buildings.
Okay, then we'll go through it. I mean,
Except we're here on one building.
We're here on the first building.
okay, so then I'll let you go. I thought maybe I could skip ahead.
I just wanted to be clear for the record, we're here on one building. The notice of violation was for one building.
Okay, then I'll let you proceed, Mr. Williams.
All right. I got good service posted at the property. It's 1520 South Suncoast Boulevard in Homosassa. Property owner Kenneth R. Zerillo, KRZ Holdings. I have initial pictures, final inspection pictures, and photos from the Citrus County Property Appraiser site. Exhibit B, and a notice of violation, notice of hearing, pre-hearing order, posting affidavit, and a picture of that post. And this is the installation of air conditioning systems in the flood zone.
Okay. Okay, installation of what in a flood zone?
Air conditioning systems.
But I thought you also said there was a building at issue.
Air conditions in multiple buildings is what he meant.
I see. All right, then.
This is the first building.
Gotcha.
Front building.
Do you have can you share the exhibits?
Yes, I can.
Mr. Zerillo, and sir, I'd like to ask you to take a look at these. If you have objections, let me know.
No, Your Honor, just the property.
Okay.
That's what, did you get that?
Yes, sir.
I've seen them, you can.
All right, thank you. All right, exhibits A and B are introduced without objection. I'll just take a quick little look. I see. Right, I mean, tell me more.
As you can see by the date stamps on the first two pictures, that was from July 3rd of '23. You see the air conditioners there. And they did get permits, but they went expired by close to 8 months. There was never an inspection called, so they are null and void also. So they have to reapply and raise those condensers up to flood height, like 3 or 4 feet, I believe.
Okay. And is this 4 AC units we're talking about? How many? 1, 2, 3,
counted
4, 5?
And there's some on the other side of the building.
Okay.
I counted 7, but I believe there's 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mr. Zarella, how many are there?
What building is that?
The bin spot.
6.
Okay.
8.
Okay, that's what I'm trying
If
to.
you're including the wall units, there's 8.
8. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. All right. Is that it?
Yes, sir, for
Okay.
that building, yes.
What's going on?
Sure. If I could just give you a little color to
Yeah.
kind of understand. So I signed a lease option on this property literally 7 days before COVID. This was the old Proline Boat Manufacturing Facility, largest employer in the county for 30 years. There were people living in these buildings when we got there. I had 6 months to close on it if we wanted to keep it at the price that we were getting it. And nothing was moving at that point. COVID had just hit, and it was, so like, there's no argument that we put in the ACs. They were in there even before '23, to be completely fair. Came to the last hearing, with you, I believe.
Yeah.
Went and, no exaggeration, 15, 16 different AC companies, and nobody would touch it. Because it was after the, and it's not like they're asking us to do a lot of work, not for nothing. The work was done, everything inside was done right. The only thing that isn't done is they're not raised to the right height. So like, these things gotta be put on a slab, like it's not rocket science. Nobody would touch it. I found a guy that said he would do it. Pulled the permits, paid him 30 grand, which was supposed to be, paid him a $10,000 deposit and then the balance, which was supposed to be like a total of 30. He comes out, he breaks the first air conditioner, does no other work, and asks us for another $30,000. And at this point, I'm like, now mind you, this is JPH AC, this is a tiny little company. This is because I ran through every other, so like, I'll do the work. It's not, we took a place that was, people were living in it for 10 years and put 200 employees in it. We're in the process of building a hotel on the neighboring property. Like, we're not trying to screw anybody. I just don't know how I'm gonna get the work done when I can't. I don't wanna go and do it again unpermitted and just go out and do it myself, but that's truly why I'm here. So like, however, whatever you guys think.
You need
is-
time to find someone who can do it.
Yeah, I'll take anybody. But I'm, like, I swear to God.
I know a guy.
I swear to God, I called 20 of them. And the minute, now I get it, like, it's probably they don't want the extra scrutiny. And we've screwed up to start. Like, we shouldn't have done it that way, but it is what it is, and that's where we're at. So, like, I'm open to whatever you guys suggest. I'm not
Right.
trying to be.
Is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on this case? I don't see anyone. What's the county's recommendation?
45 days?
Have you heard anything you disagree with?
No, sir.
Okay. But let's say from the point, let's say that tomorrow he could find someone. This doesn't seem like super detailed, complex work.
It is.
It is?
Yes, sir.
In order to raise it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do they have to disconnect it before they, oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's the other thing. I don't care to disconnect them until I find an answer. Like, I'll go disconnect them today.
Yeah, I know.
We don't even use those buildings as air, we haven't turned on, you look at our electric bill, we haven't turned on those buildings in probably a year, because I don't
understand.
use them.
I'm just asking because I need to figure out a time. Now, once someone is retained, I mean, Mr. Williams, if it's complex, I mean, how big is this job? How long is the job?
It could probably take up to a week
Mhm.
to raise them units.
Okay.
And it is some work to do.
Okay.
Was it previously air conditioned?
Back by 23 it was. I might have added some or.
I probably put them in 22.
Okay.
I mean, with the benefit of a permit. Was it previously air conditioned?
No.
Wow, okay.
There's no way there wasn't. We
Yeah,
had
how could anyone have
offices, and
worked
there was 400 people working there.
Well, let me ask you this. What's the county's recommendation on a fine?
$250 a day.
All right, I'll give you 60 days, and I think that's enough. I mean, there are contractors out there who'll do it, but they may not be local. And if it's not brought into compliance as ordered, $250 a day.
After the 60 days. Okay.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.
You guys have a good day.
This case, Your Honor, is Jason LaFrancois. Case number 2025-01738. Licensed Compliance Officer Deborah DiMaria for the county. Building official Samuel Acosta is the expert on this case. It's on page 8 of your agenda.
Okay, so I gave these homeowners the notice of violation on 9/23/25. On 6/24/25, per the property appraiser, there was no carport structure. On my initial photo dated 9/18/25, the carport was constructed. Now, this is a large metal, started out as an open carport. My corrective action photo on 10/27, they continued to add on, even after the notice of violation. Pre-hearing photo, nothing was changed. So the violation is a large aluminum carport. No permit has been issued, or even as of this morning submitted, and no contact. No one has bothered to reach out to me.
You haven't talked to anyone?
No, sir.
Okay.
I was there. They were there when I took my initial photos, but those initial photos included that carport, and all they did really was think it was an ex-wife telling on them, and I just said, I have nothing to do with that, and left. And then I came back and issued the notice of violation, and no,
Okay.
just
Let's
silence.
introduce the exhibits into evidence.
Okay.
Is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on this case? Okay, I don't see anyone.
Photos you can.
Yeah, thank you. Exhibits A and B are introduced without objection as evidence. I am looking at the photos. Are there any exceptions from permitting for structures like this?
No, sir.
Okay.
Those types of structures, they have to be engineered, they have to be anchored and permitted. The only thing that is not, that we don't need a permit for would be like a trailer or a mobile home that has a DMV tag on it that's current, because it has wheels on it and you move it. But something like that could easily be a projectile. It has to be engineered and anchored.
What's the county's recommendation?
$300 a day, 30 days.
So ordered, 30 days, $300 a day.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks. this the last case?
Last.
Okay.
So we have Denise San Miguel, case number 2024-02153. Compliance Officer David Euler on page 14 of the agenda, and the expert witness will be Samuel Acosta.
Okay.
This is the one that's in the flood zone. Yes, sir. We should have got Dawson here next time.
Okay. So, Your Honor, this case involves, we got.
Actually, I just want to swear these folks in.
I didn't know they were here for that.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you.
And ma'ams, could you please put your names on the record?
Yes, my name is Fiorella Rodriguez. I'm her daughter, but I'm also a licensed attorney here to represent her as well.
Great. Okay.
I'm Denise San Miguel.
Okay, great. Ma'am, can I get your name again?
Yes, Fiorella,
Fiorella.
Rella. Last name Rodriguez.
Okay. And, okay, great. Then that's fine. Let's proceed.
So, Your Honor, there was a complaint of the property address located at 10758 West Woodland Place in Homosassa. Neighbor called in to complain that there was work being done after hurricane, flood damage repair, and they were adding on to the house. Licensed Compliance Officer Keith Gardner responded out there and issued a stop work order. That was on December 9th of 2024. They have, as of today, it doesn't appear like any more work has been performed on it. So it was scheduled for hearing on March 28th and continued. We had to resubmit the paperwork, which we did, and I went out and took the pictures, and it looks as though it appears to be in the same state that it was back in December. They have stopped work. They haven't done anything on it. The house is in a flood zone. It needs to be raised, talking with our flood person about 8 foot before they can continue work on it.
Okay. Do you have any exhibits?
Yes, sir, I do.
I'd like to ask you to show them to Ms. Rodriguez and or her client. And Ms. Rodriguez, if you have any objections to them being evidence in this hearing, let me know.
Exhibit A will be the pictures of the structure. Exhibit B will be the notice of violation.
Your Honor, we have no objections to this being admitted
Okay.
as evidence.
All right, great. Exhibits A and B will be admitted without objection. Okay, thanks. I'll just take a quick look so I kind of understand what's going on. Okay. Is there anything else that you want to add to your narrative or the case?
No, sir. The only thing this is the first of meeting with the respondent here. I haven't met with anyone I've spoken to.
You haven't had any contact?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, I'd love to hear what's going on.
We've had contact with Citrus County. Yeah, we have had contact with Citrus County, with Tim Williams.
Okay.
Maybe not necessarily him, but we do have had contact.
What was the nature of the contact? I mean, what did you all talk about?
Understanding why, to get it raised, and not objection on that until we start looking at pricing for it.
Right.
And it's exorbitant and
That
very
doesn't-
costly,
yeah.
which won't allow us to do that. So we were hoping today to learn more on what can we do to comply, to be able to keep it in compliance, but not raising it, because then the other option is demolishing it. That's all we will be able to do.
Those usually are the two options, finding a way to raise it in a way that complies pursuant to a permit. I mean, once you get the permit, and they can help you understand what needs to be done. But it sounds like that's the real deal. I mean, is that the main issue? Have you seen plans?
Plans, I've seen the photos.
You've seen the photos. You haven't seen plans.
We did submit an estimate of all the repairs and the estimated cost. This also does touch the FEMA 50% rule. So we did submit documents, and then a revised copy as well. They did find that it would be above the 50% by a slight margin. However, we recently have found this week, have found a general contractor who has agreed that he can get it below the 50% cost, which would allow us to not have to raise the property or demolish it. So it would keep us without having to comply in that
And
manner.
that's good news for you. The issue for me is there's no argument that the property is in violation, right? There's construction without a permit. The question is how much time? Now, it sounds like you have options, right? I mean, so if all I did was give you, I'm not doing this, I'm speaking hypothetically. If I gave you 20 days, all you could do is probably tear it down, because there's no way you'll be able to permit that, I think, 20 days. I could be wrong. But on the other hand, if there's a little more time, does this go away with the issuance of a permit, or does it have to be completed and closed out?
It goes away with the issuance of the.
Okay, so they just have to get a permit.
Yes, sir.
To make it go away. And what is involved with that? They'd have to submit plans, have them reviewed.
We've applied for a permit already.
Okay.
We applied.
Are you aware of that? Are you aware that
Yes,
there's
sir,
an
I did
application
see it
for a
in the
permit in?
We applied for the permit on December 31st, 2024. It was processed on the 3rd of January, 2024, and we've maintained correspondence through the portal. So we have seen that there have been lots of revisions and edits, and we've had comments as well. The comments were that the estimated cost would be above the 50% rule, but however, now that that's why it was denied. But now that we have a general contractor that is willing to do it below that, we would ask for the opportunity to reapply for the permit.
Well, you'll have the opportunity. There's no doubt about that. Mr. Williams, would you mind coming up?
We do see that there was a lot of review distributions around as well, so it could have just hopped from.
That permit that she applied for was denied, and
Yeah.
it never was issued.
No, I get it. I mean, the whole reason why we're here is that, I mean, they're going to have to apply for another permit if they want to keep this thing. Mr. Williams, are you familiar with this case?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. And have you had contact with the owner and or her representative?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me about your contact?
They were trying to do everything they could, but I believe as we found out, it was, the property had to be raised or torn down. It could not go through as a new construction.
And that's what you currently believe. It sounds like there's a possibility that maybe it can be salvaged in some way. I don't know. Now, when you have construction that's gone to this point, does that create any complications for your plans review when issuing a permit, that it's already started?
Looking at it at this stage, it appears that everything's visible. I think what's going to
Right.
be impossible to convince our FEMA reviewer is that you're doing that for less than 50% of the value of the home, when indeed I'm looking at 90% of new construction. But that's a dialogue to have with him.
Yeah.
And it's been going on for a year, so.
Yeah, well, most things with FEMA do. Okay. Well, how much time are you requesting to bring the property into compliance? Meaning, how much time do you think it'll take to get a permit? Realizing it's out of your hands, really. I mean, it's going to be a dialogue, like Mr. Acosta said. It's going to take time. I mean, do you have plans in hand? Like, do you?
We did not bring copies of plans.
No.
but we
What
did
I mean
have
is,
the-
you already applied for a permit.
Yes.
I understand it was denied, but presumably you had plans for this house.
Yes, but now that we have a new general contractor, we could get the plans through him, and then he also we already have a good amount of material, so that lowers material cost, and he could provide a better strategy.
I mean,
I would err for 6 months, but yeah.
What do you guys think? I mean, I don't know. I mean, how long it... See, the thing is based on their chosen course of action, they want to try and keep, right, without, correcting the main, what we think is the main issue right now. And in order to do that, it will take longer, I think, The other two solutions are quicker, but either expensive or destructive, right? So what I'm wondering is this FEMA, I don't know that I necessarily understand the FEMA element to it myself very well. So have you gone through this kind of a dialogue with them before?
Yes, sir, I have, and I apologize for not having someone here to speak. That was my mistake.
No. I don't know that it is. I don't know that
it
I
does
care.
take a little
I don't
bit-
know that I care to hear from them, but
It does take a little bit longer because of all the FEMA requirements. It has to go through additional reviews, correct, Sam?
I think the attempting to get a permit that allows it to be at the elevation it is at is extremely futile.
you're saying it's despite what the contractor has told them, you're very skeptical that it's possible.
Correct.
And why is that?
Because I'm looking at a 90% new construction. The work area is 90% of the home. You have entirely new walls, entirely new roof, entirely new floor system, new windows, new doors, drywall, insulation, everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's all new.
Okay.
So how are you gonna tell me you're building that home for less than half the value of the original structure when it's a new home?
It's a tiny home. It's not a.
How
It's
big?
a new home. I've seen the photos. I've looked at homes enough in my lifetime.
How
to
big
know
is
that it's
it?
a new
How
home.
big is it?
It's like less than 1,000 square feet, around 1,000 square feet. If I remember correctly.
All right. What's the county's recommendation?
Give them whatever time frame they want.
Well,
matter to me.
I know that.
It's been going on a
Well, it's
year.
already been there over a year.
A year, that's fine
It's
with
already
me.
been there over a year. Okay.
Your Honor, I think we could agree to 6 months if you're.
Okay. Then I'll grant 6 months to bring the property into compliance. And if it's not brought into compliance as ordered, what is the county's recommendation?
$250 a day.
$250 a day.
All right, well, thank you so much,
You
Your
have your
Honor.
time. Good luck.
You too. Bye.
Thank you.
Are there any other matters that we need to take up today at the hearing?
No, Your Honor, that's it.
Okay, well, I would like to talk to you about some of the amendments of the United States Constitution. No, I'm kidding, I don't. The time is 11:03. This hearing is adjourned.
Thank you.
That's a good one.